And yes, I am with Dave Shelley, our Director of Crossroads Relief and Development. And last week, Dave, we were highlighting one of our projects in Haiti, what we've been doing there over the last 3 years, because Saturday marked the 3-year anniversary of the devastating earthquake there. This week, Dave, by the way, you just recently were in Haiti as well last month, but you just returned from Cambodia, where we have been active in working with a group there that has an amazing ministry that we want to share about. But Dave, just share some of your reflections on your visit there in Cambodia.
Yeah, it's one of the, when you're caring for people, whether here or around the world, sometimes, God calls us into dark places, tough areas to minister. And we come alongside others who are trying to fight back the darkness. And we brought a little B-roll from kind of one of the notorious towns where a lot of this abuse takes place, and it's just a rundown little town that's the center for a lot of abuse of these precious children.
Now, describe what you're referring to with this abuse.
Well, it's sexual abuse. It's predators and pedophiles coming in to abuse them, and it's a really tragic story. It's a dark story, but you know what? When you bring in the love of God and the light of Christ, we are working with others to try to push back the darkness. So we've been investing in this small town, and brothels have been transformed into places where there's kids clubs now, and there's a church that meets, and there's a pastor that's ministering to them. So our resources and our prayers have not, they're bearing fruit. But it is a tough battle, without a doubt.
And there's really ministry needed for the whole family, because just because of the poverty and their situation there, parents are actually selling their children into slavery.
Yeah, it's throwaway kids. That seems to be the attitude. But, as the church develops, then it draws in families, and that slowly changes. So it's not a story of all hopelessness. It's a story of, and we'll be bringing, Cheryl is still there now, and we're going to be bringing back some of these stories of great workers and people on the ground that are making a difference.
And God willing, we'll do a Skype with Cheryl Weber, who's still there later this week as we highlight this. There's also another project working with those who dwell in the dump areas in Cambodia.
Yeah, the garbage pickers, the children of garbage pickers, kind of like a dump daycare. And we're still actively working with that. I watched a mother come up with her little garbage cart and pick up her children. She was so happy, and put them in the back of the garbage cart with the garbage and took them away. And we've got lots of stories and pictures about that as well.
Well, Dave, we are committed at Crossroads to highlight every day something that you are making possible through your support of the Crossroads family of ministries, various projects around the world. I appreciate, Dave, that you go into those areas. You do a fair bit of travel, but you go into where Crossroads is working to ensure the funds are being used well. And we appreciate your ongoing work there with Crossroads Relief and Development.
You're welcome. You're welcome.